Not gonna lie, bro, Westernization has really messed up most of our mental health. Just a couple of hours ago, I was walking through the city and looking around, I see so much degeneracy. And when I say these things, I'm not saying it's us versus West. All I'm trying to say is this matrix, with lack of a better word, it impacts all of us. If you're a non-Muslim man who's watching my videos, and you actually got some testosterone in you, you're going to agree with me. Have you ever heard of what happened with Elon Musk and his child? I don't know why this is not a well-known story, probably because of the Matrix. Elon Musk has a transgender child who literally hates his guts. Like, he genuinely hates his father, who's like, the richest man on the planet. So he's got his own rocket ship company trying to take humans to Mars. And his son is like, well, my dad is stupid because he doesn't like me being transgender. Bro. And you need to listen to this story because this is something that you should be afraid of. His child was going to school. They obviously realized that this was a child of a very important figure in the world. So they somehow diagnosed him with depression and anxiety or something. And they said, well, he might want to switch genders. So then they got Elon Musk to sign a contract. They manipulated him to sign a contract that gave them full custody of the child. Because on the notes they said, if you don't sign this, your child is likely to kill himself. And then he got afraid and he signed the form. And what they did was they took full custody of the child from Elon Musk. And they literally changed his gender. Like, bro, like, this is brutal. They literally chopped off his genitalia. To be fair, Elon Musk is obviously a massive figure, and the way they attack him is going to be different to the way they attack us. But I can promise you, when you grow up and you have a family, they're going to attack you in a very similar way. They're going to make sure your kids don't want to listen to you. Your wife is going to be out there saying, well, I'm not going to listen to no man. I'm going to go out with my friends. And if you try to say anything, she's going to be like, oh, you're controlling. And then obviously the whole society is backing her up. So who's the bad guy here? You, by definition. And the kids, you're like, no, Abdullah, you cannot go out at midnight with your friends. He's not going to care. Because he's going to say, oh, my parents are controlling. I'll do whatever I want, Dad. Just leave me alone. And then, I'm not saying he's going to turn gay, but he might start doing some really bad things like, drugs or all those things, because they will literally do anything to make sure the man is not in charge of anything. Not even his own family. Like, how crazy is this? As a man, the least amount of power you should get is with your family, with your wife and your kids. But you can't even have that anymore. The only thing you can do is just be a pussy and work all day like an ant. The only way you can counteract this is to improve the hell out of yourself. You have to become so grounded in what you believe in. And you have to speak against any agenda if you don't agree with it. I'm not saying you need to get aggressive or, get angry or, try to fight people over it. No. First of all, figure out exactly what you believe in. Personally, I know exactly what I believe in, and I say that on my YouTube videos every single day. And I get a whole ton of hate from a range of different demographics every single day on my comments. Why would I let that stop me? This is what I believe, and that's it. And this is how I'm going to teach my kids to think in the exact same principles as me. They're all going to be doing combat sports, and they're all going to have strong iman. That's my main mission in life. Same with my wife. I will expect my wife to be exactly how I think a woman should be. The whole world is going to be like, you can't force your wife to think like that. You have to, you have to let her lead. You have to let her make her own choices. What they really mean when they say that is, you need to let us program her. You need to let us run these ads and these Hollywood shows to program her mind into being a certain way. And you're not allowed to say anything against it. If you ever watch a Netflix show or anything like that, you're going to notice all women on there are hoes, bro. I was just watching this show. I don't know where I watched it. It's called Queen's Gambit. The main character, she's so she's supposed to be autistic and really introverted girl who's just really smart. But instead, she's just sleeping around with the guys. And then she's ignoring the guys she slept with. She plays chess with a guy, she sleeps with him, and she starts ignoring him. And then at the end of the show, when she's having like a grand final chess match with this Russian grandmaster, and oh, by the way, guess who wins that chess match? Even though there was no recorded history of a woman being that good at chess, but whatever. So she beats this guy, and all the men that she slept with and left all start calling her and saying how amazing she is. And they actually help her win that match. Like, it's like 5 dudes that she slept with. Your future wife is going to watch things like that, and she's going to be like, I can do whatever I want. If you want your wife to actually listen to you, you need to provide her with enough love, enough drama and play in her life, where she's not going to be interested in anything else. You need to tell her straight up, this is our own world. Like, we have a whole universe of our own. Nobody else can enter our world. And this is how we run things in this world. And it's going to be pretty damn good for you. And you're going to make her life really good, and then you're going to put these rules in place. It's basically like a cult. Like, if you look at a cult, all it is they have these ideologies. It's like a circle of ideologies, and they differ from everyone else in the world. If you ever watched the Mason family, it's one of the most popular cults. They're all just like always hanging around together, and they're like singing and smiling all the time. They're walking into the courtroom like they're about to get imprisoned possibly, and they're laughing and singing as they walk in. The reason for that, because they're separated from the normal ideologies of the world. Truthfully, the reason they kept living at that place in those weird conditions is because they genuinely were happy. They genuinely felt joyful. Even if you watch their interviews, they say, I only have happy memories from there. They were doing these weird games together. They were like playing like these role plays. They were basically acting like kids, bro. I'm not saying you have to take it that far, but even if you want to have a good family, you need to provide joy inside it. You can't just be a cold-hearted figure like your father probably is. You need to be able to provide joy, protection, and resources all at the same time. Otherwise, they're all going to be programmed by the Western society. The whole point of being a man is we get to start our own empire. We have these principles that we learn throughout life, and we get to integrate that into our community, into the people around us. But now they're trying to stop us from doing that. And the only antidote is to become so charismatic. That's the key word. That you are able to keep everyone happy and entertained while you are retaining your own principles. Now, the first step, obviously, to start any of this, you need to start improving the hell out of yourself. So if you want to get started in that journey, first thing you want to do, subscribe to my channel. Because this is realistically the best channel on YouTube. I mean, let's be real. All I'm going to be providing for you is information on how you can become the best man you can be. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you didn't enjoy it, leave me a dislike and give me some hate comments. I'm waiting for them.